Welcome to U.S. Immigration TV. Many people own and operate assisted living facilities or care homes. And as you know, the U.S. population is aging, and many Americans are no longer able to fully care for themselves. More and more Americans are going into assisted living facilities. But assisted living facilities need, of course, caregivers. And one of the major complaints I've heard among owners of assisted living facilities is that they just cannot find qualified caregivers to work at their facilities. Not many Americans apply for the job, and some people are hired, but they quit a short time later. And in the meantime, the care home operator winds up doing double duty by both running a facility and having to look after their patients, and it can be exhausting work. And if they just had qualified caregivers, their life could be so much easier, and they could possibly expand their business by opening up other facilities or increasing the bed count at their facilities. Now, if this is you, if you have an assisted living facility, have you ever thought about petitioning someone you trust from the Philippines as a caregiver to work at your facility? And if you are an administrator at a facility that desperately needs caregivers, you may suggest to your employer perhaps that they should consider petitioning someone from the Philippines. It could even be your relatives, such as a niece, nephew, cousin, etc. In fact, I have posted several videos on this channel dealing with petitioning family members for an employment-based green card. Yes, you could petition even a relative to come to the U.S. to work as a caregiver at your facility. And I want to be clear, I am not talking about a temporary work permit. I am talking about a green card. Now, many people were unaware that family can petition other family members for an employment-based green card. They were also not aware that green cards could be available not only for college graduates or skilled workers, but also for what is considered unskilled jobs, such as housekeepers or even caregivers. Now, right now, it takes about 2.5 or 3 years to process the green card. So the sooner you start, the sooner the person can arrive in the U.S. What are the basic requirements? It must be a real job that the person will work at once they arrive in the U.S. It cannot be a fixed or made-up job. In other words, they cannot come into the U.S. pretending that they will work at that job, but not do so, instead get some other job elsewhere. They must work at the job they're being petitioned for. The person being petitioned must have experience for that job. However, there's really not that much experience required for a caregiver. In fact, without guaranteeing results, but my office has processed many cases where no experience was required, and the case, of course, was approved. The employer must first make a good faith effort to recruit U.S. workers who are ready, willing, and able to work at the job. And this is done by way of a recruitment process involving advertising in certain newspapers, posting on websites at the workplace. But, of course, the attorney handling your case would guide you through this recruitment process. Unfortunately, not many U.S. workers apply to work as caregivers, as many of you have probably experienced in trying to find someone to look after your patients. The employer must have the ability to pay the caregiver's wage, and this is typically satisfied or met if the employer's net income on their tax returns equals at least the caregiver's wage. Not the gross income, the net income. And it does not need to be a large facility with hundreds of beds. Even a 6-bed facility could petition a caregiver, provided that there is a need for the caregiver and the employer has the ability to pay. If there are no qualified U.S. workers who respond to the job or ad after a good faith recruitment, the job could be certified for the alien by the Department of Labor, and then the petition is then filed with the USCIS, and once it's approved, the case is sent to the U.S. Embassy for immigrant visa processing. And of course, once the visa is issued, the person would come to the U.S. to work for you. It is so difficult to find qualified caregivers to work at your facility. In the meantime, you're working so hard, and you could earn so much more money and expand your business if you could only find reliable help. Petitioning a trusted caregiver from the Philippines, even a relative, could be the answer you're looking for and provide you with peace of mind. If this could be the answer to your situation and you're interested in petitioning a caregiver for your facility or even a housekeeper or other job, I would strongly recommend that you consult with an attorney who can evaluate your case and assist in processing not a work permit but a green card for a caregiver. Now, I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and if you know anyone else in the same situation, of course, you may want to share this video with them, as well as, of course, like and subscribe to this channel. I'm Michael Gurfinkel, and thanks for watching U.S. Immigration TV.